Hello everyone, I am a student of the Master of Education program at the St. George's University. Welcome to my capstone presentation. I'm your presenter, Antoinette Lewis. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. The timeline depicts just this. It shows the journey from the research right onto my capstone for the past year. My research questions seek to answer, to what extent do primary school teachers in Grenada receive support to adequately improve their instructional practices for building their competencies in teaching reading grades K to 3? A survey was conducted, and here are some of the results from the research. The graph shows 77.3% of the 22 respondents agreeing that teachers are occasionally given support in the teaching of reading. It also shows that internally within the schools, support is on a minimal level and that much observations is not done as well in the classroom. And from the external aspect, it shows that the Early Learners Program at the Ministry of Education offers some form of support, and the ministry needs to give some more support. Further for the presentation includes a description of the capstone. It will tell you what motivated me to do that capstone, the process involved, the results and findings, limitations, application, and lessons I would have learned through the journey. As we know, reading is a necessary skill for success. And so, my capstone project aims to address the issue associated with the inconsistency that is perceived to exist in reading instructions and the need for support through a series of PLC training. As a classroom teacher for many years, and from interaction with my peers, it was noticeable that students were not reading at class level. These observations, strengthened by my present role as principal, provides me with information that directly relates to students' performance. This fact is also realized from the national assessment exercises. As depicted in the results of January 2020, the grade 2 oral reading test, 15% of the students passed. A similar result was yet again revealed in September 2020 for grades K to 3 in the school. I view this as a grave concern because if this situation is not remedied, then there are long-lasting effects on the future performances of these students. As such, the aim is to provide support to teachers at my school to develop their abilities to implement best practices through the professional learning communities, PLC. Now, it is well known that principals have a supportive role as instructional leader of ensuring the growth and development of the teachers. This view or this claim is supported by Fallon, 1991. Newman and Willard, 1995, encourage collaborative responsibility of staff to boost students' learning through PLCs. Chilachi, 2005, speaks of collaboration as being an important ingredient in engaging teachers. Snow, Burns, and Griffin, 1998, supports that in the early grades, quality instructions is needed for literacy skills to grow and develop. What is a PLC? A PLC is an ongoing process in which educators work collaboratively together on a regular basis for an agreed period of time at the school level to achieve best results for the students that they're working with. During that time, new information is gained and reconsideration of what was learned previously is also assessed. Now, it is no secret that teachers generally work in isolation and they do not engage each other in instructional practices. Therefore, I deem PLC sessions as important because it will provide first-hand knowledge on implementation strategies for teaching reading. It will foster greater collaboration among teachers as teachers meet to work on common goals as outlined by the school. They can share knowledge on their practices. This kind of reciprocal interaction yields effective feedback for growth and development of skills. Furthermore, it is on-the-job support for teachers to become proficient in the teaching of reading. The PLC was designed using a distributive leadership model and a collaborative approach. It was centered at improving the quality teaching of lessons and expertise that spreads throughout the school, thus creating pools of talent among the teachers from grade K to 3. The PLC involved 9 teachers at my school. It was held on a weekly basis for 1 hour and it ran for 6 weeks. Interestingly, the National Reading Panel 2000 reports that children struggle with these essential components of reading, namely phonemic awareness, vocabulary, phonics, fluency, and comprehension, hence our focus. So we focused during those 6 weeks on building comprehension skills, paying particular attention to think aloud, vocabulary instructions. We paid attention to using graphic organizers or semantic mapping to aid the children learning, and we did some phonemic awareness. I believe that if these specific fundamental skills are not taught or developed to students in the early grades, this can have damaging effects as it relates to the reading competency as they progress through subsequent grades. These skills are the building blocks to becoming proficient readers. From the PLC conducted, here are some findings and results. The results show that 50% of the 6 respondents said that the PLC sessions were good. And so from the evaluation, the teachers felt that PLC fostered collaboration and was an excellent way for sharing best practices. The literature supported this claim that collaboration among teachers is key to improving their competencies. Unfortunately, it is no doubt, despite much prodding, the responses to the survey was minimal. Only a mere 11% of the population responded to this. However, I think that has attributed to the psychological impact that the pandemic had on teachers, as well as the current industrial climate that existed then and is now presently. It is my hope, however, to again administer the survey when things return to normalcy, and in that way I can compare and contrast the results. Nevertheless, based on the capstone experience, I can indeed say that it has been impactful, and I think it can be adopted across the curriculum, the different subject areas. For future initiatives, the idea can be shared at the district level so that other schools can adopt it just the same. Ultimately, there is no doubt that many lessons were learned through the process. These include an awareness that a wealth of knowledge is found right within the walls of our schools. Why look elsewhere? PLC requires careful planning. It is something that cannot be rushed. And coming out of it, it was noticed that teachers found that there were gaps in their own knowledge of literacy skills. All right, to sum it up, there are many benefits to be derived from doing a professional learning communities at school. It is a collective effort. It must be a shared vision by the school so it can be embraced. It results in best practices, and it is geared towards improving the achievements of students. At this time, I would like to take the time to thank persons who would have helped me through the journey of the capstone process. I would like to thank Almighty God, the faculty at SU, my family, my advisor, Dr. Alyssa Alvis, my external mentor, Dr. Erica Swizzler, and my site supervisor, Ms. Karen Celestine. I thank you. Here are my references. Thank you.